Good day, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the war in Ukraine. We're going to get some opinions from the public and ask them what they think about this war in Ukraine here in the UK. So I'm just going to go by there and see if we can get some people to talk. It's a glorious day here, the weather is very good indeed. So we're just going to take it as it comes and see what happens. Excuse me, we're doing a documentary reference to what the opinion is of Ukraine. Would you like to talk about it? Yeah. We've got a young gentleman here. We'll get his opinion on the war in Ukraine. They say it's a Russian war, but it's not a Russian war, it's a Putin's war. So this kind gentleman is going to give us his opinion as reference to this terrible, terrible war that's happening in Ukraine.
I definitely agree with what you've said. Is Putin and his government's war is a terrible tragedy for the people of both countries and all countries affected, because this is just the power-hungry oligarchs and officials in Russia wanting to, conquer more land, and it's going to be a terrible detriment to the Russian people and what the international community thinks of them, because not everyone is just going to see it as Putin and his government being awful. So that's what I think. Yeah.
Well,
thank you very much for
my sentiments as well, sir. And thank you very much for giving us the help today as reference to this. And let's hope that let's hope that can come to some agreement or some stop to it all.
Definitely.
Because it's a human tragedy.
It is definitely.
And it's sad that Putin has this mindset as to destroying people's lives, especially the children, the old people, and the vulnerable people.
Just this morning, the news of 400 people in a school bombed by Russians.
Yes.
Well, sorry, by the Russian military ordered to do such.
Yes, that's
Probably
right.
with misinformation.
Uh-huh.
It's terrible. But
what do you think of this man? I'm calling him a man, but he's not a man. What do you think of Putin in general?
At this point, I think he's the next Hitler. That's what a lot of people are saying, and that's why I see it myself. He's a power-hungry menace.
Yes. He's a despot, he's a dictator now.
At this point,
but he didn't have a very good record anyway in the last 21 years that he's been in.
No. Somehow he's made himself even worse on the international stage.
Uh-huh. Well, I thank you very much indeed, sir.
And thank you very much.
You have a good day.
You too, sir. What might the documentary be called?
It's Munro's Journeys.
Munro's Journeys.
On YouTube, if you look into Munro's Journeys, MUNRO''S Journeys, you will see it there.
Okay.
It should be on Instagram as well. But Munro's Journeys, this one's Munro's Journeys.
Okay. Thank you
Thanks
very
a lot.
much.
Thank you.
You have a lovely day.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So that was an opinion there of a young gentleman here in the UK. Excuse me, sir, lady. We're doing a documentary with reference to people's opinion as battle in the war in Ukraine. Would you like to take part?
I'm not from around here, like something like that.
Sorry?
I'm not from around here.
Oh, you're from Newcastle?
I am. But I don't like what's happening.
That's terrible, isn't it?
It is terrible, very terrible.
Do you think there'll ever be a solution to it all, or do you think Putin
I think the only solution to it is to get rid of Putin one way or another. And basically, I think that before long his own people will end up doing it to him, because you know yourself, Russia's one of the
big power in the world.
This is one of the most powerful countries in the world, and I give it before long. His people they're probably already planning on what they're going to do next with him. So
now they say it's the Russians' war, but it's not really the Russians' war. It's Putin's
World
war.
It's Putin's war, yeah.
At the moment, but it could, as you said, could turn into a World War III, which would be disastrous for the whole of the world.
Definitely, yeah, because we haven't got the power what he's got.
Yes.
But yet we've got the power on the ground when it comes to the men. But when it comes to the nuclear, we've got no chance.
That's right. But a lot of people agree with your sentiments. The man should be
assassinated,
taken out.
Yeah,
I think it's been favoured that it could happen from the inside. His own regime or his own people could do it,
Yeah, well, that's what will happen.
Yes.
And that's so definitely.
Yeah.
His countries will decide everything what's going to happen.
Well, let's hope so, because the Russians have had a bad deal, haven't they? 21 years, 21 years of ill rule, and all that money that goes to the oligarchs and what have you, that should have went into the Russian people's economy, building up their hospitals and schools.
Not just Ukrainian people gonna die, gonna
There's already been a lot of people worldwide watch tonight.
That's right.
And that way there's people from this country went over there, fought and helped the Ukrainian army, and yet
It's really sad.
and then they're not even here because they went over there and fought.
Exactly.
So because you've got the fact now with Ukrainians, you've got a lot of English or Scottish, you've got a lot of UK-based people who's actually related to these Ukrainian people. So
Yes.
aye,
Well,
definitely. Because I know a lad who's actually from the Ukraine, and he's married to an English lass, and he's went over there, and so is his wife's dad to help fight
Yes.
in that country because his dad father-in-law
the
was
whole
an
world is against Putin, and as you say, it's great to see people supporting Ukraine. I mean, it could have been any of us, but the thing is, NATO is quite a good thing as well. NATO is protecting the borders, etc., etc., and it's at the present moment in time stopping Putin from
getting
saying,
in.
"Hi, let's go inside." Can I ask where you come from, dear?
From Romania.
Oh, you're from Romania.
Yeah.
Well, you're pretty close around that. borders.
Yeah,
Just on the
I'm
border?
from the south.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
So you've got Ukraine here, and then
Yes.
you've got Moldova at the bottom.
Moldova, yeah.
And then if you move further up, you've got Romania, so it's basically borderline with Ukraine.
Borderline with Ukraine.
Yes.
You're in a safe place at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you very much, folks.
Where will I find this?
Welcome.
Munro's Journeys.
Just to pray
Sorry?
for.
Munro's Journeys. It's on YouTube.
Munro.
Munro's Journeys.
Munro. M-U.
M-U-N-R-O apostrophe S. Journeys.
Right.
J-O-U-R-N.
Just to pray
Yes.
for peace, and let's hope this war's gonna finish soon.
Oh, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, we
Okay.
hope so. Well, thank
Right,
you
no
very
problem.
much again.
Thanks for your
time.
You have a
Enjoy your
great day.
Thank you.
So that was another couple there giving their opinion as reference to this terrible war. Excuse me, folks, we're doing a documentary as reference to people's opinion to the war in Ukraine. Would you like to take part? Yeah? We just want to ask people's opinion. What do you think of this war? This war that's happening at the moment?
I think Putin's being stupid. Like, no one actually wants this war. Even people in Russia have been protesting. So
Yes,
really
it's a
like-
terrible thing.
It is.
They're saying it's a war between Russia and Ukraine, but really it's a war between Putin.
It really
and
is.
Ukraine.
It's horrible. Like, I have family in Poland. Like, I'm Polish. I've got family in Poland, and like, it's really affecting everyone there. It's like such a stressful time. You don't know what he's going to do next.
Yes, it's terrible altogether.
Yeah, it really
And
is.
there's no reason for it whatsoever.
Really
Surely
isn't.
there must have been a way to try and solve it without destroying things.
There was. It's just.
And are you all from the same border?
Sorry.
Are you from Poland as well?
No,
They're from Scotland.
Oh, they're from Scotland. What's your opinion then of this war?
I think it makes no sense. Like, what is Putin thinking that he owns Ukraine or whatever?
Yeah.
There's like,
He's went total sort of a touch of madness about it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think what you said about it's not a war between Russia and Ukraine, it's a war between Putin and Ukraine. I think that's absolutely what it
You
is.
did
yeah.
right. Let's hope they arrive to some kind of a solution. It's terrible seeing all these families being displaced and young children being blown up and all the infrastructure being destroyed.
Yeah.
It's absolute madness. And let's hope it doesn't escalate. I mean, they are saying that the UN should do more, NATO should do more. But the problem is, if NATO steps in, it'll escalate.
They can't really do anything.
They can't,
Like,
it's a gridlock,
yeah.
isn't it? You know.
There's not much they can really do to like help it.
the most we can do is offer support to people from Ukraine.
And I think that's what they're doing at the present moment in time. There's a lot of volunteers, and it's amazing to see so many volunteers trying to help them all.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you very much indeed for your opinion.
Thank you.
And of course, the final question: what do you think of Mr. Putin?
God. Yeah, exactly.
Your words couldn't describe him. Is that right?
Yeah, let's
We'll
just
give
put
him a
it
big
that.
thumbs down then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have a great day,
You too.
and thanks for taking part.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
Bye just now. Bye. Excuse me, ladies, we're doing a documentary to find out what people's opinion is of the war in Ukraine. Would you like to take part?
What is our opinion on the war in Ukraine?
Ukraine, yes. It's terrible, isn't it?
No, definitely, it's not fair on any. I'm embarrassed. It's not fair on anyone. I think it could definitely be resolved in a more peaceful way. It
Yes.
should be happening in the first place too.
Well, there's a lot of people that totally agree with it there. It should have been resolved before they even started this war. You know, start throwing bombs and destroying the infrastructure and destroying all the people's lives.
Yeah, I think maybe some adults seem to forget life isn't a video game, and you can't just start over. Like, this is actually a serious thing that's affecting people. And
Yes.
causing them in their lives.
And he just seems to think that he can walk into anywhere and any place and do what he likes now.
You know, make love, not war.
You're
That's
dead
what I
right.
would say.
You're dead right. And the final question is, what do you think of Mr. Putin?
Oh, just men.
Rubbish.
Probably shouldn't say that, but just, you know,
We'll
men.
put a big thumbs down to him then.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thanks very much for taking part.
That's okay.
And if you want to see yourself, it's Munro's Journeys, MUNRO_S Journeys on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
And you have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, dear. Thank you. Bye now. Bye. Excuse me, girls. We're doing a documentary to find out what people's opinion is of the Ukraine war. Would you like to take part? What do you think of this war anyway? It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awful.
What do you think they should do with Mr. Putin?
Kill him.
Excuse me, folks. We're trying to find out people's opinion as reference to the war in Ukraine. Would you like to say a few things?
What sort of questions?
Well, we just want to ask your opinion as reference to the war. What do you think of this war?
Obviously it's not good, like the wars, and then feel quite heartbreaking seeing it, social medias and stuff, and it still feel a bit unreal with everything that's going on, like since COVID and now, and I feel like everything could be possible, and I hope they're getting better soon and the war will stop, and then so people can like rehabilitate into a new home.
They're saying it's a Russian war, Russian between Ukraine, but really in reality it's a Putin's war. It's Putin against Ukraine, and a lot of the Russian people are totally against this war. You know?
Yeah, I do agree. Because I feel like it's obviously like when you see through media, the way they illustrate it. Sometimes it like some of the emotions is leaning to the citizens as well, but I do know like some of my Russian friends and people, they are really against it. But the thing is, under such dictatorship like government and stuff, they can't really express much, or they would be arrested and stuff. So
Yes.
I just feel like it's such a sad decision of a leaders making the decisions without other people, and then they're suffering from the economic
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
And the other thing is the sanctions and what have you there, and the no-fly zone that the Ukrainians are trying to get the NATO people to do in. But if this could escalate the war if they do that. Would you agree on that?
Pardon?
The Ukrainians are asking NATO to try and defend the airspace.
Yeah.
Try and send NATO aircraft into the airspace, but the problem is that it could escalate because that would mean that NATO would be involved in a
Yes,
war.
I think they like obviously I wish there are more action can be done, but at the same time there need to be careful thoughts of how it's kind of constructed in a way that being involved and with all the agreements and stuff, because one little steps that involved and then it could change
Yes, it
to
could
another
affect,
like
it
walls
could affect
and
the whole world.
yeah.
Yes.
But I do wish them all the best though.
They
It's
are,
really
they are
sad.
getting a lot
yeah.
of help. We know that. If you're studying the news, they are getting a lot of help. And let's hope that they can come to, that this war can come to an end at some point.
Yeah.
Now, the final question is, what do you think of Mr. Putin? I know it's a hard question, but you're all right. You're in the UK now. We won't put you in jail.
Not a leader that I would agree of the actions that he does. I feel like it's not really representing what the people think.
Correct.
He is
Correct.
maybe interpreting his strategies and his actions based on his own thought.
For God's sake, he's been in power for 21 years. And, it's unheard of in any other civilised country. And you're right in what you're saying about the Russian people. I think they deserve a lot better than what they have in Putin.
Yeah.
And all the money that's supposed to go into the Russian economy to help the Russian people, etc., build schools, hospitals, etc., it's all going out the country.
Yes.
These oligarchs and all these people, all his friends, all that money's been leaked out. I mean, there was one of the viewers had said the other day that it could be a change. This could be a good thing to change the country, get rid of Mr. Putin and his regime, and try and get the people to get a decent government in, so they can start fresh, and Russia can become a better country.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, but at the same time, I think it could be rumors, but they said like Putin is putting that like masculine image on and stuff, but perhaps he may be having some undergoing health problem, and that's why he just wants to succeed his dreams of like reunite the union and stuff. So
well, there's a lot of people talked about that as well. The man could be very ill.
And so that's why he it could be his dreams. So I'm not.
Well, let's put it this way: the man must be ill with all the damage and destruction he's causing. You know, there must be something seriously wrong with him. You know.
But I hope the best for the world.
Are you a native of China? Or
no,
Korea?
no, not China. No. I mean, I have a European passport, but I don't want to disclose too much
That's
myself.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you very much indeed for taking part. You and your wife. I know you haven't said very much, but your gentleman here is very knowledgeable. Thank you very much again. If you want to see this, it's on YouTube, and it's Munro's Journeys, M-U-N-R-O'(S) Journeys. Make sure you get the S. It's Munro's Journeys, and they're YouTube.
All right. Okay.
You have a great day, and if you're on holiday or vacation here, have a great time. Have a great holiday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Excuse me, we're trying to get people's views on the war in Ukraine. Would you like to say something? Well, you know, what's your opinion of this war?
I think it's a bit like,
It's a bit appalling,
Yes. It's terrible what's happening.
Yeah.
You know, destroying all the infrastructures and what have you, and people's lives.
Yeah. They could have gone about it in a different way.
Yes,
we
yes.
just came back from like a place like we were volunteering to like pack
Packages for them.
packages for the Ukraine.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You're volunteering for it?
Yeah, we just finished doing that.
I've got to take my hat off to you. Well done. And it's nice to see people trying to support them and trying to help.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are saying that Mr. Putin's actually gone out of his mind the way that he's carrying on. Maybe he's got some kind of underlying illness. And then the experts are saying that he could be taken out by his own people. You know, his own people could go in there and say, well, look, we've had enough. What do you think about that?
I agree.
It's true,
A good idea. Well, that's great, girls. Thank you very much. And the final question is, what do you think of Mr. Putin?
I think he's out of his mind.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay. Well, you have a great day. If you want to see yourselves, it's Munro's Journeys on YouTube. M-U-N-R-O'(S) Journeys. All the best. Well, there we are, folks. That's an opinion of some of the people here in the UK as reference to the terrible war that's happening now in Ukraine. It's absolute madness what's happening. So, signing out for now, Munro's Journeys. Hope to see you all on the next journey. Bye for now.